Welcome back, everybody. Today, I'm going to show you something a little interesting to a lot of you folks who's asked me a few questions on how I set up my bus back there. So, come follow me. I'll let you check out my bus. Come on, I'll show you how I set it up. Okay, folks. So as soon as I get here, I hop out of the old VW bus, and depending on where I'm at here at the farm, if it's the winter time, I camp up on a hill up here. There's no trees, but in the winter time it really doesn't matter because it stays pretty cold. So it's a blessing here in the winter time when the sun comes up and heats up my bus. It warms it up. But in the summertime, I have found this shady spot, folks. Like I said, when I get here on the norm, I get out and level my bus. On this particular spot, I don't have to level it. One spot I do, I'm going to show you guys real quick. One spot right here on my front right corner, right here, folks. That's it. That's all. And how do I level it? Let me show you. I've had a lot of people ask me about these. What is that in that picture? What are those? Why do you have those on there? They're leveling blocks, folks. Leveling blocks. They're like Legos, a little bit like Legos. And they're really, really good for leveling out a small van. So I have a few people who ask me about those, and that's what they're for, leveling out a small van or a motorhome, a small motorhome. But folks, as soon as I get here, and I apologize again, folks. I apologize. This when I leave, I just kind of throw everything in my old VW van, and I split. I head on to work. So what I usually do, like I said, if I get here, either I'll set up right when I get here, if I get here early, or I'll work through the day and then set up. Either or, I set up. So I'm gonna show you how I set everything up here, folks. So as soon as I get here, I open up the old VW bus up, see what I got here, see all the good things, and that's what it is. You know how I throw everything in there, folks. Okay, so it's after it's all leveled, time to set up the VW. So I'll come up over here, and the only reason I do this, folks, I'm going to show you this because the wind. A lot of people buy clamps for these old VW buses for this. I don't. They just look weird. I don't want to drill into it. So just a little bit of duct tape. It all depends on what you want to call it, folks. Duct tape. I just use it right there. Take it right on off. Just easy peasy. Just like that. And I have a good seal, no problem. This winter, folks, we had a lot of wind one day, and I was going home, and I had a big gust after a semi blew by, pushed the front end up and kind of tweaked the little hook that holds it in there. So as soon as I get here, folks, I'll take off get that duct tape off. How I set up. I know a lot of people, they set up their VW different. They, you know, some of them will have a different type of curtain, privacy curtain. Some will have the factory privacy curtain. I used to have the factory privacy curtain that came with the bus, but through the years it's deteriorated so bad that my wife actually made a real nice one for it that I use in the summertime. Once I get the air conditioner, I have a window unit that I stick in the driver's side. And then that's when I use my privacy curtain for that. But for now, I'll show you what I use for a privacy curtain when I get to that point in the tutorial, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying this little WestFalia Chronicles portion of how I set up this old VW bus. So, okay, folks, so I get that all up. And what I do here, for those that are not familiar with a WestFalia, or a WestFalia, depending on how you want to say it and where you're at, mine is like this. I have a cot and it has 3 latches right here, folks. Just little rubber latches right there. And it has a handle right on top. Topper. Give me some airflow, depending if it's winter, summer, or what. Right now it's warm. And I'll show you folks, I got some vents. Open up this and you get some nice vents in here. And for those who's curious, I replaced this canvas top in 2003. My friend Daryl Cook at Daryl's Good Karma Garage replaced this. So, folks, yep, we'll get one more here. And just tuck it in. Sorry, I'm not an expert at all when it comes to photography. Never took a class, never took an editing class. Never been big on in front of the camera. So I've had to teach myself, literally teach myself to be fluid in front of the camera. I've had a lot of experience doing the Route 66 adventures and whatnot, but I don't think I've ever brought into detail what I do when it comes setting up this old VW bus. Okay, folks, let me show you what I do next, since I have a little headroom here. Okay, folks, as soon as this is what they call, I guess, the jump seat in the old VW. This is where I keep most of my tools, my knickknacks, whatever I need is in the jump seat. I don't know where you keep it in your VW bus, but this is my knickknack, my tools, everything I need basically is right here. So I'm getting ready to hang up my privacy curtain. I need to pull out my knickknacks. A lot of people have, like I said, the privacy curtain that comes with this old their VW. I still do, but it's so worn and deteriorated, I don't use it. I use the one that my wife made me on occasions, but this is what I use, folks, and keep this in mind for you fellow friends, fellow VW, fellow van life, people who live in the VWs or in their own vans, different type of vans. This is what I do to put up a quick privacy curtain after I've been driving all day and I'm tired. Normally I got my little latches like this all up here, and those are all usually ready for me to go. I'm going to kind of lay this down right here real quick, folks, so I can get the rest of my knickknacks out here. Okay, folks, I used to carry more of these around for my privacy curtain, and I've actually lost them through the years. And on the norm, when I get my privacy curtain up, like I said, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm staying for a while or what, it all depends on the privacy curtain I use. So for now, I just use this blanket. Okay, folks, as you notice, I got these little suckers here in my bus for right now to take the place of these things. So I buy some more. And that was one thing I had in the bus, folks. You VW people will understand, will completely understand what I'm talking about when it comes to finding anything you can in the VW bus to use. Let me show you how I set up my privacy side curtain here, folks. One moment, folks, as I just adjust All right. So, the tutorial on my privacy curtain. Like I said, normally, folks, this has a sliding curtain that went along here. And like I explained earlier, my puppy dog chewed it up. But that's okay. I will make do with what I got. So what, on the norm, folks, what I do, of course, the only I got just certain types, I guess, of blankets. But this blanket here, folks, will go right on up here. And I'll hook it up to, and I'll show you here in a minute. Once I get that hung up, folks, I will just hang the rest of this, clamp it on right up. That's it, folks. That's my privacy curtain. Okay, folks, I'm gonna show you inside my bus now. As you can see, I got an old camp set up. I have the tiki torches lit with some local bug repellent. But I'm going to show you inside my bus, everybody. What it looks like once it's all cleaned up, ready to be dwelled in for the evening. Speaking of the lava lamp, folks, I had bought that for a car show, the Bug-O-Rama, that I went to in Wichita, Kansas, and I just thought it'd be neat to display it up here for your viewing pleasure. Trash can. That's what I use for a trash can, folks. Got my fan going and cleaned and fixed. Like I said, that's where I keep all my knickknacks at. That's my TV, my little entertainment center. Up here, folks, there's a cot that folds out. Just a cot for a person to sleep up there. And where I siesta at is right here. This seat where I've been sitting, folks, folds down to a lovely, comfortable bed. So a little bit of inside of my bus, just to show you guys a little bit on how I cook and live. A lot of people ask me, how do I eat? How do I cook? Let me show you how I simply cook and eat here in my bus. This here, folks, used to be an ice box. Back in the day when this bus came out, you could put ice. There was actually an ice box, there was foam, there's an actual ice box that went in there. And of course I took it out to keep my dry foods in there. So mostly through the week, folks, I snack, as you can see, and I eat off of these suckers right here. Like tonight I'm gonna have sweet and sour pork. And I've vlogged this. I've kind of sent out little things here and there, and how do I cook it? On the norm, I'm outside. It looks nice. It is nice outside, folks. But they were just mowing. They were just mowing outside, so I figured I'd just hang out in the bus. I got my fan going. As you can see, this is how I cook, folks. I got just a little simple cooker there. Yes, I got my fan going, so it's nice in here, folks. It's really not bad at all. So I'm gonna show you guys how I cook, and that's it, folks. You know, of course, I just wait for the water to boil, and then I put in the certain amount of water that I need, stir it up, wait for 4, 5, 6 minutes, and I got myself a pretty healthy dinner. Yeah, I snack through the week, but you know, hey, at least I eat well and eat pretty good, and I keep what I need in me, because welding actually takes a lot out of you. Bending steel and building these disc golf baskets, by the end of the day I'm pretty tired. Sometimes I'm too tired to even play disc golf. So that's just a little bit of my life, folks. I really hope you enjoyed watching this.